Hello everyone! As we started with Hashidate yesterday, we are going to continue with a tier 2 cruiser called Chikuma today. Chikuma is a 5,080 ton cruiser, 3 of which were ordered in 1907 and they came into service in 1912. Curiously, all of the 3 cruisers survived all the way to Second World War, where they were scrapped. Now, the 3 cruisers, named Chikuma, Yahagi and Hirado, were modeled after the Royal Navy Tone-class cruiser, and they served in Russo-Japanese War, First World War, and in a very limited way, as I mentioned, in Second World War, mostly as port barracks. Now, in reality, Chikuma, as you can see, this is modeled as well in the game, has 8 41 6-inch 45 caliber naval guns, 1 in fore, 1 in aft, and 3 on each side. Chikuma historically also had 3 torpedo tubes, but in this case it didn't really have it in the game because it would probably break the playability. So here we go, we are a tier 2 class cruiser in tier 1 and 2 game, so this time we were kinda lucky. Yeah, you can see there's not that many tier 2 ships in the game at all. Most of our ships are heading towards the central base, which we are supposed to take. And some of them are already shooting. I hate when people do that, you know. Yeah, this is a Hashidate tier 1 that we were playing yesterday. Chikuma looks way older than Hashidate, which is understandable when Hashidate is a 1937 ordered ship and Chikuma is 1907, so almost 30 years before the tier 1. Though it's way bigger and has way more guns on it. So I'm heading cautiously towards the central base, which is the target of both fleets now. Hopefully trying to not get too ahead of myself, as the tier 1s have shorter range, so I can stay in the back and shoot them from longer distance. Now I'm gonna turn with the right or left, I'm not entirely sure, but usually how I play Chikuma is turning with one side and then if it becomes necessary tuning to the other, because Chikuma has 3 guns on each side. It doesn't really matter, you can turn around and shoot all of them, but it's still preferable to, you know, have a straight course and know what's happening. Now we can already see most of the enemy ships. There's another Chikuma there, Hashidate and another Hashidate. And we have, was that a Chester? Going ahead of us. Now Chikuma is one of those ships where it is very easy to continuously bombard your enemy. I'm trying that all the time unless it is necessary to shoot them all at a specific time. It's always better to try to shoot people continuously, because you create the feeling of them, you know, being under constant pressure, and that makes them sometimes panic. I don't know why more people aren't using that. Yeah, I'm hitting the island now because it's in the way. Now there's another, what's that? Hashidate, yeah, Hashidate in the distance. 10.1 kilometers, you can see I can still hit it at this distance, while Hashidate has only 9.1 range on its cannons. Oh, that was a nice hit. You can see that by the time I finish the salvo, all the other guns are already replenished, so it's pretty easy to continuously fire. And it's also good because you can check if you are hitting before you shoot the other guns. When people fire their entire salvo and miss with it, it seems like a waste of at least a couple of shells. Okay, Okay, now I'm shooting blind. There was a ship in the distance, but not sure if I can get it. And interestingly, he shot me. Okay, he's turning now, so I'm trying to hit him while he's doing that. Turning myself. The port and aft cannon has an entire arc of something like 280 degrees, which it can hit, while the side cannons have a limited one. Yeah, I'm not really doing such a good job here at using the guns, but I damaged this guy pretty heavily, that has to be said. Interestingly though, if you keep up with the score on the top, you can see that we already lost 5 ships while the enemy only lost 2. Yeah, we're not gonna win this battle, but I thought I would show you some of the battles where I lose as well, because, you know, that happens like half and half of the time. As the tiers are way more, I'd say, balanced, and there isn't such a difference between each of the tiers, it is very, very important for your team to work well. If you are like playing like a god, but the rest of the people are idiots and they get killed, you will most likely lose. Now there are some people like my friend Skulos who managed to sink 6 ships in one game, which I never did. But still, usually you are heavily dependent on your fellow comrades. A nice hit. And there she blows. I know it means something different, but I like saying that. Okay, you can see there's only 3 of us left now. We are going to get raped. 3 against 2 destroyers and... yeah, 3 cruisers against 2 destroyers and 6 enemy cruisers. That's just impossible to win at this point. But I'm still trying, you know, it's important to never stop fighting, and you never know, you know, they might be bad. I'm trying to stick to the other ships as well, you know, because being together makes you stronger. The worst thing you can do in any game of World of Warships is going anywhere alone. That's just a suicide. Yeah, I couldn't get another salvo on here. It was just too many rocks in the way. Okay, we managed to sink 1 cruiser over there. The Albany is doing its job very well. Yeah, I missed. This is one of the reasons why I don't like shooting. And if I didn't shoot all of them, at this point I could have sunk both of them, because they are just incredibly hammered here, and they sail really slowly. But for some reason I am unloading all of my guns at once. Though I hit with all 5 of them at this point, so not all of those things are bad. This Omikaze is making me really nervous, because I'm pretty sure that once it gets on the when it sails out at the other side of this island, it's gonna unload its torpedoes on me. And Chikuma is everything but not fast and maneuverable. So I'm trying to turn because I'm expecting the torpedoes to come very soon at me, and hopefully if I turn and sail away from that guy, it's gonna give me some sort of leverage and ability to avoid his torpedoes. Yeah, you can see that I'm under constant fire from all sides, but for some reason I'm sailing really well, because I'm not getting hit almost at all. It's pretty interesting. Usually with... yeah, it's just me now. Usually when you're under this amount of fire, you're already dead. But Chikuma has a nice amount of armor, to be honest, so it's always easy to, you know, not get killed. And they're missing me constantly because the distance is quite far and they're not really doing such a good job at shooting. But yeah, it's just me against 4 cruisers and 2 destroyers now. This is just hopeless. Okay, there's the Umikaze. I'm not sure if it unloaded the torpedoes or not, but at this pace, it's not possible for it to kill me. And I was checking the map. I remember looking at it going straight for the edge of the map, which means, you know, he was not paying attention. He was just shooting at me. So I was turning and thinking, okay, you are going to hit this, and I'm going to sunk you, which is exactly what I'm doing here. There's no way for him to avoid my guns, so... Yeah, but it was just like a last piece of happiness before the fall, because with all of these ships shooting at me, there's no way I could survive. Here comes the torpedoes as well. Yeah, look at that. I'm gone. But yeah, still a good battle in my opinion. You can see that I gained a lot of money, and I was even ranked as the most experienced or most performing member of the team. Kinda good. I got 36 hits, 3 incapacitations, 1 sunk ship, 4 sets on fire, and 1 time defended the base. So yeah, not bad.